Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you have an amazing day. Today I'm doing a long anticipated book review of Ruben M. Koulaksezian, Little Armenias. This is a fantastic book and I've been wanting to do a book review for this for so long, but have not got into it yet. First, let me read the description on the back, so you get a little feel for what the book is. It says, light a candle at the Armenian Church of Addis Ababa, Ikorovats, north of the Arctic Circle in Murmansk. Play alongside the Armenian football team of Sao Paulo. Go shop for jewelry in the Burj Hamud. Learn tango in the Armenian neighborhood of Buenos Aires. And dance kochari at the restaurant in Glendale. With this guide covering hundreds of cities in 101 countries, you will be ready to explore the Armenian diaspora. And on that note, this book is devoted to the Armenian diaspora and helps other Armenians and maybe even Odars explore the Armenian diaspora, which is so large, and it also helps to unify us by helping us support one another, and that makes us more resistant as a community. And that's another reason why to buy this book, because it's written by an Armenian, and we should be supporting one another through thick and thin. And this book really does help that with this goal. Well, and it's really well written too. And it's like it's basically the Lonely Planet version for Armenians, all about Armenians, and it's very well written. I like how it's organized. He does the countries in alphabetical order, and he has 101, and then he gives a little brief history of the Armenian community living in those countries, which I find very interesting. Like, I learned some fun facts. Like, I found out that Princess Diana is an Armenian descendant, and some of the Saudi royal family also has Armenian blood in them, which I had no idea, and I found that really cool. Oh, and there's like tons of other cool facts in here too. And it honestly makes me proud to be Armenian, reading about all these fantastic things that all these Armenians have contributed to the world. And on that note, it also talks about all these businesses, successful businesses in all these different countries, ranging from like France to Brazil to the US to Australia, and all of this, it's like crazy how much Armenians are everywhere and do quite well for themselves. And it also touches on gives sights on a more cultural note, like it gives us ideas into the churches and the khachkars and all the Armenian genocide monuments around the world, which I found fascinating. Actually, when I went to Vancouver, I visited the Armenian Genocide Memorial, which I didn't know was there, even though I've been to Vancouver hundreds of times. I never visited there before, but thanks to this book, I was able to visit it, and it was a very surreal experience, very nice, very a bit melancholy, of course, but it was a very good experience, and I'm thankful that this book gave that opportunity to me. Another thing that it talks about, like, all these different Armenian schools, so like, oh, this place has a large Armenian community based off their schools and all of that. And it goes quite in detail with a lot of these things, which is really nice. And I like how, unlike a Lonely Planet book that structures their books like this restaurant and then describes it, he makes like everything flow together in a nice way, which really does speak to a true author who can like tie everything together or in nice sentences and paragraphs, which I personally enjoy and appreciate quite a bit. I'm also very excited for when I move to California to use this, because he has a giant section on California, because let's be honest, California is Armenian central. But I'm so excited to use this to visit all these Armenian restaurants, churches, and all of those types of things, because I love supporting Armenians, as I'm sure you've gotten the gist of that through this video so far. Or, little side note, I wish there was more, obviously. I think he did a good job covering it. I feel like there's probably some stuff that he's obviously missing, given that he's only one person doing this. So, I hope that there'll be future editions with more details and all of that, and maybe a bigger book, so that we can properly travel the Armenian diaspora. But this is a great start, in my opinion. It would be also cool if you wrote a book about stuff in Armenia as well. I traveled to Armenia, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, because this is a really good book, and I highly recommend you go buy it. The link will be in the description of the video, so you should go check it out, buy a copy, and support him, because you can also follow him on his Instagram, and YouTube channel, which is really, really cool. You should go follow him, because he gives some insight onto a lot of different things and you learn quite a bit from him with Armenian history and the Armenian community around the world. So I highly recommend that. On that note, I hope you enjoyed this little video on this book review, and I hope you go check this book out soon, because it's definitely worth the read, and it's definitely worth having in your collection, especially if you're someone who's traveling and wants to support Armenians around the world and help make our community stronger and more resilient. Thank you for everything, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video and follow me on my other social medias, and have a great day.